Jogging with James Joyce. The novels of James Joyce had always loomed monstrously impenetrable to me during my undergraduate years as a literature student at UMD. I never considered this a handicap, but it does heighten the rather absurd circumstance in which I found myself one damp Dublin morning. It was our first afternoon in the city, and my wife and I stopped at Neary's pub, a favorite haunt among the Dublin literati. Yeats used to come here, I told Judy, and the whole Abbey Theatre crowd. We entered as a burly bald man was arguing the merits of James Joyce as the world's foremost novelist. As we were seated, he stared at me and thundered, "No man who calls himself literate sets foot in Dublin without he pays his respects to Mr. James Joyce." The barb stung, for in certain circles back home I was considered very well read indeed. Still, I'd never managed to read all of Ulysses, and consequently failed the midterm exam in English 220-something or other at the university. So when this man who introduced himself as Yancey de Silva, an exiled poet from Idaho, asked if we would accompany him to Sandy Cove, the area of Joyce's last Dublin residence, I felt moved to acquiesce. In 1904, Joyce and another writer, Oliver St. John Gogarty, shared a Martello Tower for a time, and the tower has been turned into a small Joyce museum that would doubtless interest those enraptured by Joycean prose. Sandy Cove itself is a decent stretch of beach, familiar as the opening scene from the film adaptation of Ulysses.